Dear learners, today we are going to talk about tenses, a very important topic in English. Tense refers to the time frame of the action taking place. Tense in English is determined by the form of the verb. So verb plays a very important role in determining tenses. Tenses are further divided into three main categories, which are present, past, and future. And these three categories are further divided into four types, which are indefinite, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. In this present video, we will limit ourselves to indefinite. Indefinite is used to show habitual actions or facts. With the help of the chart, it will be easy for you to understand how we are going to form present, past, and future indefinite, and what changes do occur when we move from present indefinite to past indefinite, and so to future indefinite. If you look at the first example, that is, I, we, you, they take tea daily. So in this example, one thing is very clear, that with first person singular and plural, second person singular plural, and the third person plural, we use first form of verb to form present indefinite tense. First person singular is I, then we have we plural, you second person singular and plural, and they third person plural. So with all these persons, we use first form of verb to make our present indefinite tense. With third person singular, as we have in the example, he or she, or it may be the name of anything, any animal. Like we have the example, he, she always performs well. He always performs well. She always performs well. So any of these, dog barks at night. So there is a shift you might have observed, that with the other persons other than third person singular, we did not use S or ES. But when it comes to third person singular, he, she, it, S or ES is used with first form of verb. Now moving from present indefinite to past indefinite, you can observe that there is only one change in the whole sentence, and that is the shift from take to took. So second form of verb or past form of verb is used. There is no other change. So when we move from present indefinite to past indefinite, there's only one shift, one change, and that is change in the verb form, that is from present verb form to past verb form. So the example, I took tea daily, they took tea daily, and same is what happens in the other sentences with third person singular. He performed well, dog barked at night. Moving on to future indefinite, you can see the example. There is yet another shift, and that is the use of will. Verb form alone cannot determine future tense. So that's why we make additional use of will, that is helping verb, to complete our sentence, and that is what it becomes. I will take tea daily, you will take tea daily, and they will take tea daily. Similarly, with third person singular, again, the same helping verb will be used, and then we will have the first form of verb. He will always perform well. Dog will bark at night. So this is how we do present, past, and future indefinite. These are the changes which occur when we move from present to past and then to future. So the sentences which you can see on the screen, they are positive or affirmative sentences. So we move from positive to negative and let's see what shifts or what changes to occur. For the persons other than third person singular, he or she or it, like we have I, we, you, they, we will use do and then not to make negative sentence. Like we have the first example, I do not take tea daily, you do not take tea daily. And then when it comes to third person singular, he, she, or it, we always use does. So that's the difference between third person singular and other persons. That with third person singular, there is the use of does, and then we use not with it. Most of the time, students they also make a mistake that they use it together. That is, they make do not one word. It is not one word. These are two words, and you have to give gap or space between do and not. So it has to be kept in mind. When we move from present to past indefinite for making negative sentences, there is only one change, and that is again the change of verb form, that is from do to did. That is from do to did. There is no other change. One thing you have to keep in mind, I have underlined the word take because in positive sentences it was took in past. But when you use did, then you have to shift it back from past to present form. So if you use second form with did, it will be a big mistake. So keep in mind that with did, you have to use first form or present form of verb alone. For third person singular, again, same, did not, he did not always perform well, dog did not bark at night. When we move to future, it's even more easy. That is, with will, you have to use not. Helping verb is already there, will is already there, and just addition of not will make it a negative sentence. Same for third persons. He will not or she will not always perform well. Dog will not bark at night. So this is how you make negative sentences in indefinite. Moving on to interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences ask questions. So for interrogative, you already have, we used do or does in present for making negative. So do and does, we have to bring them in the beginning of the sentences for making our interrogative sentences. And one thing more you need to do is to use question mark at the end of the sentence. If you forget it, your marks will be deducted. So the first sentence becomes, do I take tea daily? Or do we take tea daily? Do they take tea daily? Similarly, with third person singular, it becomes, does he always perform well? Does dog bark at night? Followed by question mark. In past, we bring did in the beginning and the sentence becomes, did they take tea daily? Did we take tea daily? And with third person singular, did he or she always perform well? Did dog bark at night? In future, we have already the agent, that is helping verb, which will be brought in the beginning. Will I or will they or will we take tea daily? For third persons, will he or will she always perform well? Will dog bark at night? This is how we form interrogatives in indefinite. That is bringing do, does, did, and will in the beginning, and the trick is done. Then the last category, that is negative plus interrogative sentences, where we have the negation and interrogation as well. So for forming these sentences, you don't need to be in a complex situation. It's easy. Just from the negative sentences, you have to take do, does, did, and will, and bring them in the beginning. Keep the not at its place. Like we have in present, do I not take tea daily? It was the original sentence and negative was I do not take tea daily. Just leave not at its place, bring do in the beginning, and the trick is done. Do I, do we, do they, do you not take tea daily? Similarly, for third person singular, does he not always perform well? The negative sentence was he does not. So take does in the beginning and at the end use question mark. Does dog not bark at night? The original sentence, the negative one was dog does not bark at night. Just bring does in the beginning. Does dog not bark at night? Followed by question mark. In past, similarly, only from do to we shift from do to did, and rest is the same. Did I not take tea daily? Followed by question mark. For third person singular, again did is the there there's synchronization between third person singular and other persons in past form. Did he not always perform well? Did dog not bark at night? In future, again, from negative sentence, which was, I will not take tea daily, we bring will in the beginning and our sentence is formed. That is negative plus interrogative. Will I not take tea daily? Followed by question mark. Will he not always perform well? Will dog not bark at night? Followed by question mark. So these are four categories of indefinite, which are positive or affirmative, then we have negative, then we have interrogative, and the last one is negative plus interrogative. Hope you have got the idea. If you have any queries, if you have any questions, you can ask in the comments box. And if you like the video, please do subscribe and share. Thank you very much.